Neighbors say they are in disbelief at what the city of Seattle is allowing to happen to Dr. Jose Rizal Park in Beacon Hill. In October, we reported that police arrested a man who drove an excavator into the park, claiming that he was going to build a cabin there.
Now neighbors called KOMO's Jeremy Harris when they saw someone chopping down trees and building a homeless encampment in that same spot. Jeremy is live at the park with the very latest. Jeremy?
Well, Mary and Eric, the city just spent $15,000 to clean up this area of Jose Rizal Park after that excavator incident in October. Now neighbors say that same man is back and doing more damage than before. Here in the forest of Dr. Rizal Park, a small encampment is raising big concerns as someone is apparently chopping down trees and digging at the hillside.
He's got a tent and a tunnel.
Brian Hartman says the man doing the damage now,
Yeah, he's a moron.
is the same man he saw drive an excavator into the park in October. Same guy.
Yeah, I definitely identified him again, and he's definitely the same guy.
The city just completed an extensive repair of the damage done by the excavator when volunteer park stewards noticed activity in the same spot.
This electrical box here had been broken into, and there was an electrical cord running into the encampment.
Genevieve Courtney says the encampments make the park unsafe for everyone.
Needles and poop and drugs and all kinds of stuff we find.
She's also concerned about long-term damage from the trees that are being cut down.
Can you imagine if someone was knocking down trees next door to your home, how you would feel?
Parks and Recreation, we have had no notice from them that anything has happened.
Craig Thompson is one of the park stewards who has been critical of the city for allowing large encampments with known drug trafficking to stay in the park. We're talking about trees being chopped down in a city park, an excavator taking out a chunk of hillside in the park.
There will be people who call themselves activists in Seattle who say, oh, you're just persecuting poor people, without wanting to realize that the people who are actually persecuting them are the people who are in the narcotics trade.
Yeah, that drug trafficking, a big concern for people who live around here and around the park as well. What does Seattle Parks and Recreation have to say about this? I reached out to them today. They got back to me and said, you'll have to take your inquiry over to the mayor's office. Mayor's office tells me they're looking into it and what sort of engagement that this man who's in this encampment may have had from outreach teams. But they said so far they're not able to provide that information, so we'll give you an update when we get it. Reporting live in Seattle, Jeremy Harris, KOMO News.
2024 could bring new laws to our state addressing everything from public drug use to giving a better future for those born here in Washington. KOMO's Theron Zahn is in Seattle with a look at what lawmakers in Olympia could soon be voting on.
A slew of bills about to be considered in the Washington State Legislature deal with everything from drug use in public to creating a better future for those just being born. A new bill introduced in the state legislature aims to protect people from exposure to fentanyl and meth in public spaces. It would be a gross misdemeanor in Washington State for anyone to smoke fentanyl within 10 feet of someone else in public. If a minor is nearby, the charge becomes an automatic felony.
It's not the same jail that people are used to. It's a place where people can get treatment.
In Seattle, open-air drug use has been a misdemeanor since this past October. You could be getting money back if lawmakers approve a rebate program in response to the state's cap-and-trade initiative that boosted gas prices. If approved, registered vehicle owners could get a $180 check or up to $360 per two-car family next summer. Those against the idea say the proposed rebate goes against the objective of the original initiative designed to get people to use less gas. Also up for consideration when lawmakers get back to work, a proposal to create what would be called the Washington Future Fund. Its goal to break the cycle of poverty in our state. It would create a trust fund for children being born in our state that could be later used to buy a home, start a business, or go to college. The money would be paid out when they turn 18. Theron Zahn, KOMO News.
The new legislative session in Olympia begins on January 8th.